mission, the SVCC, and all our reverend guests present. At this time, we'll play.
श्री बद्रीनाथ आश्रमे भारतः हाई कमीशन विभागम पुनः पुनः स्वागतम्। विश्व संस्कृत दिवसे एवं श्रावण पूर्णिमा व्रते रक्षा बंधन महोत्सवे अस्माकं जन्मभूमौ अद्य परम सौभाग्य वर्तते। येन बद्धो बलिराजदानवेन्द्रो महाबलः तेन त्वाम् अभिवदनामि रक्षे माचल माचल। रक्षा बंधन महोत्सव शुभाशिषः। जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम।
Thank you, everyone. At this time, we'll ask the High Commission to please come to the stage once again. I know we have you doing up and coming down, but we'd like you to kindly address the crowd at this time.
Namaskar, Sitaram. A very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to mention to our very dear Master of Ceremony that it is more of an honor to us as the High Commission and the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center that we have this privilege of coming to Badrinath Ashram, especially on an auspicious day when we are celebrating Shravan, Purnima or Raksha Bandhan. And as a High Commissioner, I would say nothing can be more of an honor for me than to receive this respect, this affection, this admiration from all our brothers and sisters all over Guyana, and especially when we visit Essequibo, the West Coast, and of course the Badrinath Ashram. Few months back when I was here at the consecration of the statue, the Murti of Lord Shiva, it was something which in fact astonished many of us in India. When this video of the consecration ceremony was seen in India, in Bharat, many of them probably were not aware where Guyana is. But after the Badrinath Shiva idol, the Shiva Murti was consecrated, I think now most of the people in India know where Guyana is and what this country stands for. This country doesn't only stand for, as it is known these days, that one of the fastest growing economy, one of the countries which is soon going to be one of the most developed countries in the world because of the kind of development, the kind of prosperity which is coming to Guyana, but it is also something which is very close to our hearts, and that is our historical or civilizational connection that we share with the people of Guyana. I mean, right from the beginning of this event, many occasions we said Bharat Mata ki Jai, we said Guyana Mata, Guyana Bhumi ki Jai. I think this is something which is a unique connection. And that connection comes because of all of you. And therefore, our coming here, be it the High Commissioner or be it the Cultural Center, I think this is something that is just a repayment of a debt that we owe to the ancestors, the people who came all the way from India, who faced a lot of adversities, but still preserved this light in their hearts, the light of India's or Bharat's culture, our Sanskriti, and that is something that none of us as the Indian High Commission or the Indian Culture Center can ever forget and can ever miss the opportunity of coming and meeting all of you, especially when we are celebrating such an important occasion. A few minutes from now, of course, we have amongst us the revered Brahmakumaris. And this is a long tradition among the tradition in terms of the Brahmakumaris, that every Raksha Bandhan they go and tie this auspicious thread. It looks like a small tiny thread, but it is a deep, strong bond. And that bond is not only when a brother the brother gets a Rakhi tied by his sister, but it is also among two human beings. This is a bond of humanity. This is a bond of compassion. And that is why Raksha Bandhan has a very special meaning. Raksha means security, safety. Bandhan is to bring together, to connect. So today when we are celebrating Raksha Bandhan, we are also renewing and reaffirming the strong connection between our two countries, Bharat and Guyana, that we will stand with each other, come what may. And I think that is also something that we should celebrate and remember forever. I also would like to specifically mention that when we are celebrating World Sanskrit Day today, this is also very auspicious, as I have been mentioning, because in Shravan Purnima, it is also called in India, it is celebrated also as Narari Purnima. Nara means coconut. And coconut is also well known to people in Bharat and also here in Guyana. We are blessed with coconut trees, and that tree is unique. People say that each and every part of that tree has something useful to offer, and that fruit itself is called Shrifal. Shri means the Lord, the manifestation of God, Lord Shiva. And therefore, we need to understand why this celebration is also important in our tradition. So this is the Shravan time, is also the time when the married sister comes back home. Remember that. Now things have changed. Whenever you want, you can go and visit. But after the sister or the daughter of the house gets married, goes to her house, during the month of Shravan, she comes back, and she comes back and ties the Rakhi to her brother. And this tradition goes even before that. Even if when she is not married, she comes and ties that Rakhi. But people say that once the daughter is married, she is gone, she is now part of another family, another home. But during Shravan, she comes back and she ties that thread again, renewing the connection between two houses, between two families. And in the same way, that's why I said that this thread is not a small thread, only that the sister has come and tied a Rakhi, the brother has given a gift, and then we forget about it. It's not a transaction, it's a commitment, and that commitment should stay forever. Today times have changed. There was a time when the men, for example, or the brothers had the responsibility of saying, we protect our sisters. Today the sisters, the women have become empowered. It's not they are dependent always on somebody else like a brother to come and protect them. But yet the celebration reminds us that the security, the safety, the care, that is contained in that thread. The thread that connects us, the thread that connects people, the thread that connects community. So that is why we say that Raksha Bandhan has a deeper value, a deeper meaning for creating cross-cultural understanding, for peace, for humanity and harmony. I would like to end by saying that Sanskrit, the language per se, should not be seen just like any other language. When we talk about Bharatiya Sanskriti, there is an integral part of that Sanskriti, and that is the language Sanskrit. Many times people say that in India people were not educated. Why they used to say that? Because as per the British, our colonial masters, the same thing also in Guyana, people used to say that no, these people cannot read, they cannot write. But which language they could not read and they could not write? It was the colonial masters' language. But they had their own language. We had a very rich tradition of oral education. which came from one generation to the other. If you go to the family, your grandmothers and great grandmothers, grandfathers, what did they have? They had this rich oral tradition. The Ramcharitmanas, the bhajans, the chautal, everything that you see today, it has come down in tradition. So the grandmother taught it to the mother taught it to the daughter. The same way the grandfather taught it to the father, and the father brought it down to his son. So in the family itself this tradition kept running, and that's why this is real education. So when anyone tells you that okay, Guyana or India, or for that matter anywhere else where people of Indian origin are there, they are as if they are not educated. Because, as I said, the reason why we are the colonial master classified it, because they wanted to show you that you are inferior to us, you are somewhere less. But today we understand that this tradition that our people, our ancestors preserved, and they gave it to us like our heritage, is a rich heritage which can never come out of material gain. It cannot come through money. It has to be given from your family, your teachers, and that is why when Rudraji a short while back, all of you of course learned that Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. That is why the Guru or the teacher or someone who teaches you anything, any knowledge that comes from the teacher is the most valued gift that anyone can give you. Now what is there between India and Guyana? Again the same thing. We are connected through this rich heritage, and that is why we need to bow to those ancestors who overcame all sorts of hurdles. We can't even imagine how it would have been a feeling that where you are taken away from your house, you are brought to an entirely different country, not knowing anything as to what is happening, and the oppression, the repression, the violence, everything, and still you kept that light in your heart, and they continued to spread that knowledge for the benefit of the future generation. This is something for which every High Commissioner, Master of Ceremony, and the Cultural Center would be forever have that debt which we can never ever fulfill. So the more we see the young generation performing dance, music, bhajan and the shloka, we feel that this everlasting bond of friendship between India and Guyana, between Bharat and Guyana Desh will flourish, and the two countries will see progress in terms of real progress, not really material progress, but spiritual progress, as more and more people come and take the blessings of Badrinath Mahadev. I think this bond of friendship will continue to grow. With these words, let me extend warm greetings to all of you, and especially our sisters on the occasion of Raksha Bandhan. And I would like to thank Munish ji and the entire team of Badrinath Ashram, especially our Master of Ceremony and Pandit ji, everyone. You have really gone out of the way. It is like a homecoming for us. We have come back to our home, and for that we will remain forever grateful to you. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Dhanyawad.